Okay, now we're on. Right then, we'll go for a little walk to the university in Bonn. So, if you've just tuned in, I'm testing out full HD live streaming with a mobile pack and a proper camera and a proper mic over 1:1 LTE with a 5 megabit per second upload. So this should be full HD. Now I don't guarantee that it's going to be full HD all the time. Guaranteeing a 5 megabit per second upload is pretty difficult when you're walking around mobile, but I need to test the extremes of this because this is the sort of thing I want to do more of. Decent camera. I've got a monopod. Oh, I'll show you why it's a decent camera, because we've got stabilization and a decent amount of zoom as well. I'm also able to plug in a decent mic, as hopefully you can hear. It gives me major flexibility because I can actually take an interview mic with me as well. And you know, for example, with events, with conferences, trade shows, that sort of thing. Nice monopod's actually giving it a nice bit of stability as well. The weight's hanging down below where I'm holding it. It's giving it a nice bit of stability. Of course, there's image stabilization also on the Canon HF G25 that I've got here. HDMI out, and that is a 1080p 50i signal out going into an Elgato Game capture device, which does a 30 frames per second, or in this case probably a 25 frames per second capture and then conversion over USB into a PC. Now the interesting thing here is that's all I've got. That's the only thing I'm carrying. But what we've got inside there is a Lenovo Thinkpad 8 from about, I think it was launched maybe 3.5 years ago. But it was a very, very high-end tablet at the time. It had USB 3 input, and I managed to get the adapter, the official adapter that allows you to power it and put USB 3 input into it at the same time. Sorry about the wind here. I haven't got a dead cat or a cover on the mic. It's also got built-in LTE, and we've already proven that it can go up to 5 megabits per second on that built-in LTE. Well, nice to have built-in LTE because you can power everything with one external battery pack, and I've got, I think, about a 24 watt hour battery connected to it, so probably 4 hours worth of live streaming at full HD here. One of the main roads going into Bonn. Let's just cross over the road where there's no massive amount of water on the floor, and slow some cars down because they will obviously think that I am doing speed testing here. That guy slowed down. Right, so we're out behind part of the Bonn University that does botanical studies, affiliated or associated and running and operating the botanical. Oh, that was nearly a crash. Operating the botanical gardens, which are well worth taking a look at. There's two parts to it. There is the main sort of flower, shrub, tree area, and there's also, maybe I can take you around it, what they call a Nutzpflanzgarten, a usable plants garden. So like natural medicine, not natural medicine, but also edible plants, you know, you get your basil there. You'll also find a big cannabis tree or a cannabis bush. I wonder if we can go in and have a look at it. Just sitting there in the middle of the botanical garden. So this is an area of the university that's going to be developed soon. Let me just change the backlight a little bit here so you can see what's going on. And that's part of a new development which I think is going to take something like 3,000 students, I heard. It's a huge amount. Huge amount of students. Right, at this point I just need to stop and check everything's working on the stream and on the tablet. Let's just open, just check everything's going, check the heat and stuff. It's still on, quite warm. Obviously that's charging and working like hell. It's about 80% CPU utilization. If that gets too warm, it will throttle down as well, so that's not a good idea. Let me see if anyone's watching the live stream and see if it works. Just checking the tweets. What I shall do is go to the YouTube page and have a look at comments as well, so you can actually comment me if you want. 5 watching now. Seems to be working. Let's just turn the volume down. Looking quite smooth, I have to say. I'm bloody impressed with this. This is really nice. Right, live chat. I am live. Andy Rowath, I can see your stream on YouTube. Good, that's the whole point. That's what the test is about. Camera. I'm using a Canon Lavelier HF G25 full HD camera with 24x zoom lens, external mic input capability, which is why this is probably sounding better than your average iPhone or iPad. Just turning the camera away from the kid there, because parents can get a little bit edgy about kids being filmed, although it is public streets and they have no right to privacy. Yeah, also headphone monitoring on this is really nice. Dual SD card for recording, so you get about 3 hours of full HD recording out of this as well. It will do 50 frames per second if I need it to, but I'm not doing 50 frames per second here. And you can put a Hossing battery on the back, a battery that is giving me at this stage showing 317 minutes, so 4, 5, 6 hours, 5 hours worth of streaming. I'm not sure the battery pack I have in my bag is gonna go for 4 hours, but this is so lightweight. I think the whole weight of this is about 1 kilo well, actually tablet's about 300 grams, cables on maybe 600 grams for the tablet, the Elgato and the power bank. And then in my left hand, and I can show you that with a little selfie here, I've got the Canon. So let me just switch the camera. Can you see that? So I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? Probably not. Actually, it's not heavy. You could probably walk around for an hour like this without any issues. Do me a favour and like as much feedback as possible on the audio, on the video quality, on whether it really does stream at 5. Now I've lost the damn live stream. Shit. To get that back on you. The old buildings of the. Someone's on WhatsApp. Some of the older buildings of the Bonn University that have just been restored. So I'm looking for the damn video. I'm really, really pleased. On my side, there's excellent 5-second buffer, which sort of gets you over. Things drop down